Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another edition of Boxing Bananas brought to you by Fight Bananas. I am Ray the Business. I am, as you can see, not in my typical studio, but we're getting ready. We're getting ready to leave tomorrow morning, and I'll let the viewers take a guess of where I'm headed. I am joined today, of course, by none other than my co-host, Mr. the Professor, John Radford. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Great to see you again, brother. Great to see you again. I wish you
Nice.
the most fun, exciting trip on to wherever you might be going. All right, but yes, just excited, man. Got to watch a monster fight this weekend, so let's get into it, big guy.
Yeah, definitely want to go into some of the fights that went down since our last show, which was what was it, Friday, Thursday, something like that, right? It was
Yeah, something
Friday.
like that. Yep, something like that.
Yeah, so we'll get into some of that since the last show. We had Saturday night fights and we had Tuesday morning fights. The club was going up on a Tuesday.
Yeah, it
So
was.
definitely want to talk about that because we had a monster going down that woke everybody up. Um, and then from there, we got some boxing news and we got some more boxing news. So we'll get into it. It'll be a little bit of a quick show today. But before we do that, we want to get into our sponsor for the evening, Jazzercise.
Jazzercise.
Buy bananas for 15% off, baby. You want that? You want to be on your muse streak? Jazzercise, baby. 15% off. Get you one of those. I don't have mine on me right now, but if I did, I wouldn't be talking to you guys. You know what I'm saying? But that being said, man, so before we get into Tuesday with the monster, I want to talk about the DAZN show with Diego Pacheco. I know you said you didn't get a chance to see it, right?
No, I know that he did what we talked about in the show earlier, the last week's show. He did
Hmm.
his job and did what he needed to do. So, and now he's eyeing the top competition, top competition,
Say that 3 times fast.
right at 168. So yes, so give me the deets. Give me the deets on this.
So, man, you know what I mean? We broke it down a little bit before. He was fighting Sulecki, right?
Yep.
So if we go underneath that, we see that Sulecki had only 2 losses prior, and we're talking about Tabubu Andrade for the world title, and into Danny Jacobs, former world champion, but both decision losses, right? So a guy who had 2 losses but had never been stopped. Bro, Diego Pacheco put him away in the 6th with a killer liver shot, bro. Did you get a chance to see the highlight on that one?
No, I will find that now so I can see it though because I love me a good liver shot.
Bro, isn't it great when you see a nice good shot to the body?
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
I love the Lomachenko Linares one when he just he hits him with a combo, touching on top, and all of a sudden just rips it to the liver, and just
Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I
that
can
was
pull it up
good.
right here. I
Okay,
got you. I
you
got it.
got
I
it.
got it. I
All right,
got it.
all
I
right,
believe
all right.
so. So we'll go ahead and check it out. Right. So boom. Wait for it. Wait for it. Boom.
Ooh, oh, he
Snatched him.
found it. That's beautiful.
Snatched him, bro.
He found him on the exit too. It's like instead of going to the head,
Hmm.
he must have been going to the head on a lot of the exits. He said, "Oh, it's high, bang," and hit that.
Snatched him, bro.
That's nasty.
Snatched
That's some
him up. So yeah,
that's,
now
that's some
Diego
punching power.
Pacheco improves to 22 and 18. I mean, throughout the fight, like it took him a little bit to get there. I will say, obviously, but like I said before, bro, the guy's only 23 years old. So, put him in maybe this level of competition, get him a couple more of these fights. Not that he really needs it necessarily, but I just don't know that even on the broadcast they were talking about, oh, this could put him as WBO mandatory. Um, and I'm like, why? Because the mandatory is to Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah.
Why are you gonna throw this? Even talk about throwing this kid in there with Canelo when he's 23 years old, bro? He can miss the whole Canelo train. You know what I'm saying? Similar to like when we're talking about Xander Zayas being a young guy and how he's at 154. Like, if why would you push him as a young fighter to then try to get a mandatory against like Bud Crawford?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You can miss that whole train, create your own legacy, be like the next generation afterwards. Like, you don't have
Mhm.
to go down that path, if you
No,
get what
you
I'm
don't.
saying.
I mean, there's definitely some comp out there at 168. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
that he can definitely still fight, get solid, solid rounds in. And I would say like he's at 22 fights now. I'd say turn him loose at the top 5, top 6 guys. After 25 fights, like give him 3 more, maybe 2 more, 24. Let him rip after that. I'm not
No,
saying Canelo. I'm not saying Canelo rip after that. I'm saying like start hitting that ring. That top 5. That's what we're aiming for. We're getting for those bigger fights up there. Caleb Plants type things like that.
no, absolutely, for sure. Here's one that I wanna talk about, bro. Oh, hold on a second. I don't know what the heck I
You got
just
some
did with
close ups.
this.
What's up, everybody? What's up?
That's what I'm saying. I got the close up on us. Oh, there's this one. There's this one. This one. Where the heck? There we go.
There it is.
So my man here, this was on like the co-main event. It
Uh huh.
was Miguel Mariaga. This guy, he came to fight, but the issue was he was fighting Eduardo Nunez. And Eduardo Nunez, his only loss, they said was a controversial decision loss. Bro, this guy 27 and 0, 27 knockouts, bro. Or 27 and 1, I should say.
So he's
27
got a hundred
knockouts
percent finish rate when he does win.
when he wins. Bro, my man. Shout out to Dave. Shout out to Chris
Christopher
J.
J. Cage
Shout out
side.
to our boy Lee Gibson's out here.
Lee,
Said,
my
I hope
guy
y'all are
Lee.
doing well.
What's
Hope
up,
you're doing
bro?
well too. What's up, bruv? We out here. The man them out here, bruv. Um, bro, I gotta see if I can pull up this Nunez Mariaga.
Oh, he's 27 too, man. He's about to hit that next year. He's gonna hit his prime between 28 and 35. There we go.
Yeah, hold up.
28
I got
rounds.
it. Check this out, right?
Oh,
Boom.
straight
Damn near
neck.
throws him out the ring, bro.
There's definitely a different level of power when he hits you.
Dude. And
Oh,
then all
he's
of his other
stacked.
highlights, bro. If you look at his other highlights, bro, this
Oh,
guy is
he's
gonna be a problem, my man.
he is stacked for that weight. What weight is he? 150. What weight is that? You go
130.
one. He is
That was
ripped
super
for
feather.
130.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I think he's gonna be a problem.
Oh, he's got to end up at one. He's got to end up at 135 at some
135
point.
for sure, for sure. But let him go take one of those titles over there at 130 first. But yeah, I just wanted to highlight him as well for the co-main event and the main event. Seeing both 6-round knockouts, pretty successful
Yeah,
show
that's
for the
nice.
zone, I would say. And it wasn't even like they were uncompetitive fights. You know what I mean? Sometimes you see like, oh, it's a 6-round knockout because it was on paper, it's a one-sided fight. These on paper, these are good fights, and
Yeah,
they went out and they're delivered. I do like when that happens. Not the biggest fan of the zone as far as their broadcasting because their broadcast team I think is just a little vanilla.
yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I'm like, bro,
They're a little plain. They don't like to add the sprinkles onto the commentating. It's not very fun.
I'm just like, man, listen to some of these guys. If the
Bro,
fight
it's
goes
just
too late, I'm gonna fall asleep because just
yeah.
just they're gonna put me to bed.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying.
But yeah, bro, I just wanted to touch up on those real quick. So look out for Diego Pacheco. Look out
No,
for
I'm
this
good.
guy,
Hey, write these
Eduardo
names
Nunez.
down. Hey, Mr. Lee Gibson, you got 2 more guys we need to keep track of. All right, buddy, let's do this. Let's go. I know you're part of the
And
show.
then
Let's get it.
the club was going up on a Tuesday.
Oh, because the monster walked in.
Naoya Inoue, brother. Again, another TKO. And this one against Doheny, this one was a little bit odd.
Okay,
He
it was odd, but can we talk about how much that man's face started to change just from round one? Like it
This is
was like
funny. Look at
every
this. Chris
yeah,
J said DAZN is whack, bro. Their commentary team is just like, oh my gosh,
they should
bro. I
hire
don't
us.
wanna. Yeah, I don't want to sit here and just like drop names and say this guy, that guy, because it's like, people are doing the thing, they're doing their jobs, but
We're so PC. We're so PC.
bro, Lee Gibson called it. Yeah, bro, he freaking put in that work, dude. He was treating Doheny like a punching bag, bro. Like,
The end of the fourth, or was it that? No, it was the end of the fifth. He treated him like a punching bag for the last 10 seconds of the round, and it sounded like gunshots going off.
it sounded like hit markers, like when you're playing
Yeah.
Call of Duty, dude. It was like
Boom, boom, boom.
Chris J said, "Screw it, drop the names." Chris, I'll let you drop the names because you know exactly who I'm talking about. Don't even get it. Chris knows exactly who I'm talking about.
But like,
know who's boring on DAZN.
yeah, but like from the first like 2 or 3 jabs when Inoue landed, it's like and Homeboy's head would snap back. It's like even though he was keeping a good pace for Inoue, I feel like Inoue every shot he landed, it made a mark. Like, and I've been hit by some people who can be hit hard. And I don't mark up that quickly. That dude was getting marked up.
Dude, freaking Inoue, dude, just his combinations, man, like the way he was putting together them, like finding the shots, it's good, man. This is one of those things where like I like what he's doing. I like especially if he's selling out in Japan, do your thing. I would like to see him at least in the next 2 fights. I would like to see him go up again. You know what I mean? He went up.
So he's at 122 right now, right? So he needs to go up to 126.
Yeah, so he was at 118. And then the last fight that he did was December of 2022, which doesn't even feel like that long ago, bro. I can't believe he already went up to Bantam, beat Fulton.
He beat him. Oh, bro, that was a masterclass when he did that.
So he's had 4 fights, 4 knockouts at 122. He's undisputed at 122. Bro, go up to 126. If you have to, do one more at 122, but that's it, brother. That's it. Then go up to 126.
Yeah, for real. I'm gonna take a quick pause for you, Ray, real quick, man. Yes, let's give a shout out to Larry Folsom. He's one of the longtime referees here in the state of Florida, and around the South. He passed away, so God bless him, and rest in peace, sir. He was one of the premier guys that you wanted to be middle refereeing you and being a part of your committee in order to put on the best shows. He was awesome. He was great. So our thoughts are with you and his family, and God bless Larry Folsom. So for sure.
Great. This is him?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Rest in peace to my man, Larry.
Man.
Yeah, especially when somebody who's, in the business, local, all that, definitely hits a little bit different.
Yeah.
But what was I looking up? I was looking up the champions in boxing. I'm trying to see, because I can't remember off the top of my head who are the champs at 126.
While you're looking that up, though, can we talk about how, for a second, can y'all listen to me? This man hit Homeboy Doheny in the body in the 5th round, treated him like a boxing bag, beat him in the 5th round, rocked him for sure. Dude comes out the corner, gets hit with another body shot in the stomach to the liver, to the mid area, and begins to hold his back. Like, Homeboy punched through his stomach to his spine to dislocate it, which I'm sure that's not what it was.
He said, my back. And then a ref goes, what is it? Is it a vertebrae? He goes, spinal.
Like he separated something. I don't know if he separated because of the blunt force trauma or if it twisted wrong. Either way, that was probably as long as his back is okay, that was the safest way to him getting out of that fight without having, unless it turns into be a really bad injury, not being
without getting really beat up bad, more than he was.
because
bro.
he
I
was
think it's
tough. He was tough,
yeah.
but
No, he
nah.
was. He was. I think it was funny how we were talking about like, dang, he's getting older. He's like 37. You know, that's up there if you're trying to fight for the world title, and then if he blows his back out, blows his back. Is he frozen? I think we might have some technical difficulties here, guys. John the Professor is frozen. All right, well, that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and go solo until we get the professor back on and unfrozen. Man, so Naoya Inoue did his thing again. Other than that, brothers, I want to get into some what's it called? Some news, right? Some boxing news. I want to get into the news of my man, Mr. Turkey, coming out. Boom. So we got Turkey, Al Sheikh here saying that he's promising to drastically lower boxing pay-per-view prices, starting with the Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois to tackle illegal streaming. I think this is great, man, because I think the reason why a lot of people illegal stream is because the fights are so expensive. If the fights weren't so expensive, I don't think people would be illegal streaming. Bro, Lee Kissing said he's like Elsa. When John was frozen. I'm gonna leave you frozen like Elsa. Freaking crickets. Oh my god. That's funny. Um, Lee, what do you think about this? I mean, I'm pretty sure that across the pond, they already have lower pay-per-view prices. Bro, over here they're trying to charge $80 for pay-per-views. It's nuts. So no wonder why everybody's illegally streaming. Let whoever's watching, drop your can't beat cheaper than free. I feel you, bro. Hey, listen, not that I've ever illegally streamed a fight. I would never. But if I would, a lower pay-per-view price would probably, keep me from doing it. Because if the fights are $15, I'm paying that every single time. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna go to the trouble of like, oh, where's the stream at? Who's got the stream, bro? Drop the stream in the chat. You know what I mean? And then the stream goes out and you gotta wait for it to reload. Oh, I gotta find another stream. It just cut out right in the sixth round. Oh, how'd you score the fight? Well, I don't know because the sixth round I didn't see. I think John's come popping back in. I pay for a subscription. It's not that much. Yo, what's up, John? Welcome back.
My bad, guys. My bad. Hit the button on the
It's
wrong thing.
it's all right. Lee Gibson said you were frozen like Elsa.
Oh shit! But I do like this. What you're bringing up and talking about now, I do enjoy this. I saw Lee's comment where it says nothing's cheaper than free, but this is definitely better than anything else we've come across in a long time. I remember watching even back in the day, man. Mike Tyson pay-per-views were $50, and all you saw was his fight. You didn't really even get an undercard, and then he might only last for like 45 seconds, and you're like, shit, I just paid $50 for 45 seconds,
Bro, if Turkey not only makes boxing cards, like full cards, like similar to like what they're doing with the UFC, like what he did with
Yeah.
the Terrence Crawford card, that was a card, bro.
Oh, that
And
was a great card.
even this Canelo fight card that's a solid card, and that's not even a Turkey card. That's not even a Riyadh season.
Yeah, that's PBC put it together, right?
Exactly right. To be honest with you, because the main event is, kind of weak just in the sense of the opposition, right? Even though supposedly my boy Berlanga is from Puerto Rico, but
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's really behind him.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
No, but I think it's one of those fights where I think you stack the undercard with a pretty good with a pretty good undercard. And then if he gets to go out there, Canelo gets a finish now. He hasn't had a finish in a while. If he really goes out there and stops this guy like he's talking about, you end up with a banger because you filled the undercard and everybody's like, okay, Canelo, just put this guy away.
The whole yeah, it's like the event delivers.
Mm-hmm.
Once you don't fill up the undercard, it puts a lot more pressure on the top fight. And then if the top fight isn't that good, like for example, like the Canelo versus Charlo, even though that card was pretty solid, we thought, okay, Charlo's gonna go out there and fight, and then he just didn't go out to fight. So then you're like, all right, you're left with the egg. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think you were gone when I was saying that, not that I've ever illegally streamed a fight, because I would never do that.
Never.
But if I did, I feel like a $15, $20 pay-per-view, like I would just get that every time. You know what I mean?
So you would, I mean, that actually makes me feel better about it because I don't have to worry about missing something like it. And then it would be their fault. You could argue refund, things like that if they F up.
Yeah, but like if the stream goes out, something like that. Yeah, you're like, oh, hey, did you score the fight? Well, I did, but then my stream went out in the 6th round, so I don't really know who won the 6th. So then you can't even argue who won.
Yeah, no, I agree.
You know what I mean?
There's a few times where I'm sitting there watching and I'm going, holy shit, how am I missing the last 2 rounds of this fight? Why are you cutting me out on that one? You know what I mean?
Yeah, so that's where, dude, I think not only if they stack the cards and make it $20, and that's another thing too, bro. If they start doing that with boxing, like if they create this boxing league, start putting on fight cards that are like comparable to the UFC fight cards, and then make it $20. What's the UFC, bro? What's the UFC gonna do?
They're
continue with the $80 model for freaking Pantoja versus Usyk. You know what I'm saying?
He remembered and called out the the latest main event ever this year. I love it. Bro. My God. That's why we love you, Ray, because you remember things, you do things, your recall is wonderful. I love it.
Dude, 100%. Like that was another one where they went up against Canelo, And then that being said, let's get into our last topic of the evening, right?
Yeah.
Is Dana White struggling to sell out UFC 306 tickets at the Sphere? How the Canelo-Alvarez rivalry could end up costing millions to the promotion. To be honest with you, bro, this might be this. Oh, hold on a second. Let me fix this. There we go. This might be one of the dumbest moves that Dana White's done.
Okay, I thought you were about to say something. I actually think it's a dumb move, but I don't hate it because I feel like for us, like we're combat sports fans. We've said that before, right? We need both combat sport. We lean a little bit more towards boxing right now than we do, MMA as far as a whole passion behind what we talk about, what we do. But I'm rooting for this hardcore for it to kind of bust. Not because I want to see any of the UFC stuff fail personally, because I enjoy watching the UFC. I have much respect for the fact that they put together fights that we want to see besides Usyk, Pantoja, right? You know what I mean? They put together, the fights that we want to see. So I don't not like that. But I do like that they might fall out and lose to a Canelo fight that, to be all honestly, he should have got the chance at the Sphere. If you're having a Mexican independence fight day, he has more of a repertoire and a resume and the prestigiousness to be able to get that. I get Dana White has the power, to go ahead and go take that down and be like, hey, we're going to create the bigger event, everything like that. But it's kind of nice to see that boxing may truly supersede them in the sales category all the way around. You know what I mean? And I even think the pay-per-view will be, the Canelo fight pay-per-view will actually outdo the Nochi one, because what is the event going to look like on pay-per-view? Is it going to be the same? It's not going to be anything super special because you're not there to see the
event. Yeah.
How
that's what I'm interested in. Yeah. How's it going to look behind? You know what I mean?
For you, for us as viewers from the TV, right? If we're not at the Sphere, how is that going to look? Are you going to keep it the same way that you done every fight, where I'm just going to get the ring? I'm going to get, Megan Olivier in the back for a quick interview before the fighters
Mm-hmm.
walk out, and then we're right back to the commentating booth and watching, the fight in the octagon the normal way we do it.
Yeah, dude, that's my thing with this, right? Is I'm on the same wave as you right now. Lee said it's not pay per view in the UK, the UFC.
Lucky.
What is it? What's it on BT Sport? Bro, my thing is I'm also kind of rooting for it to fail just because like Dana and the UFC take so many wins, right? But then they have the whole thing with the fighters where they made so much money, but they don't really pay the fighters that much. And that's like there's arguments to both sides, whatever. But the other thing is too is Dana kind of just there's certain things like I like him a lot and I respect him a lot, but there's certain things that he does is very hypocritical. And he's the type of guy that it's like his way or the highway. Like if you do something against him, he's I don't know, man. It's and he just tries to do things where I think he had a successful last year. He had a successful event on the Mexican Independence Day. And then he was like, "Yep, you know what? I don't care if we go against Canelo, but if you're going to go against Canelo and then you're putting all your eggs in the basket as far as this sphere idea, I feel like he should have tried that for another fight, not
Like
the
if you put John
Mexican
Jones,
Independence Day,
put
or
John
yeah, like you're
Jones
saying,
Stipe. You know what I mean?
yeah. Besides the fact that I think they're saving that for Madison Square Garden, but like even if you put like Alex
Oh yeah.
versus Roundtree, or even what's his face Max versus Ilya,
Oh yeah, yeah,
dude,
yeah.
like those fights are coming up. I'm sure it's a whole thing as far as booking and all that kind of stuff when it's available. But to try to not only go head to head with Canelo, but then put all your eggs in a basket on like, hey, we're gonna drop like 20 million on this whole UFC sphere thing, and like it's just who thought that was a good idea? I guess they just really were just overconfident in the fact that they could outsell Canelo.
I think so, and I think he thought he was going to be able to put together more fights with like bigger fights. I think he thought. 2 seconds. So what I believe he was hoping would happen is that one of the star, a Mexican star, would come out and be like somebody that everybody, you know, would be hype about, following it. I think he was hoping for like to be able to stack a card with, Mexican fighters on one side, with and everything like that, and be able to stack the other side. And there was going to be some superstar in there that he could count on to carry it all, right? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't think it panned out the way he thought it would with that type of thing. I think there might have been injuries to other people, things like that. I mean, I just feel like that's kind of how it came down to. And then he committed to it so hardly that he was like, I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? I feel honestly, even though it's not his fault, I feel like this is like, if this doesn't look well, it's not only going to hurt the UFC and Dana White, it's going to hurt Sugar Shane O'Malley's brand, because he's talking about how much of a pay-per-view draw he is, and he's trying to promote himself as like that guy. Obviously we clearly see that when they need to save a card, they don't turn to him, they turn to Alex Pereira because he wants to fight every damn week.
Yeah, right.
Which is
Well, let
fine
me
because
throw a disagreement in there, right? I think
okay,
it is Dana.
go
I
ahead.
think it is Dana White's fault
No, it is, but
because he's the one that's arrogant enough to say like, "Oh, we'll go against Canelo. I don't care." Blah blah blah. And then guess what? Now you really put your money where your mouth is, which is respectable. But then the ticket prices were starting out at like $3K
yeah,
for the nosebleeds.
yeah.
In this economy,
No.
you joking me, bro? And then Canelo's right down the street. They booked the Canelo fight at the T-Mobile. And then Dana was pissed, of course, because it's like I said, it's his way or the highway. It's like if you do anything, bro, those people are trying to make money.
Yeah.
You guys could have put your event there, but then you want to do it the Sphere. So guess what? They have an empty venue that date. Of course they're gonna put Canelo there. You know what I mean?
Why would
Like
they not? Why would they
Yeah.
not?
Oh, because they need to be loyal to Dana and the UFC, and you can't cross them. God forbid you ever do anything that Dana White doesn't like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Lee Gibson says Ilya wants a Spain event. I want him to have a Spain event too, and I want to go, but I just don't know that it's gonna happen, bro. Like Madrid, that would be solid, but dude, that's the other thing, bro. Dana fumbles the bags on certain things, like UFC Africa. They fumbled the bag so hard on that. They should be going to South Africa. They keep going to Australia for some reason. They keep going to Salt Lake City for some reason.
They're
You
coming
remember
back to
when
Tampa.
they are coming back to Tampa? I'm
Well, the
going to be
whole
out of
thing is
town that week.
the Apex is about to get an overhaul too, so he's gonna start.
They need to quit doing shows at the Apex because those like it was cool at first, but now they're just kind of filling up their roster fights there. But yeah, I don't know. I think this was just a bad idea to try to go up against Canelo on Cinco de Mayo, bro. Like, you think Alexa Grasso's outselling Canelo on Cinco de
No,
Mayo, bro?
Not at all. And I agree with you when you say it's Dana's fault. What I'm saying is that Sugar Shane likes to promote himself as a pay-per-view draw. Like what?
Sugar Sean.
Sugar Shane O'Malley.
Sugar Shane Mosley.
Oh, fuck me.
Sugar Sean O'Malley.
Yeah. Slap me, guys.
No. But I'm with you 100%. And I think the other thing is, too, and I've heard a lot of people say this, right? Let me throw this out there. I think the thing is that they try to sell Sean as this huge star. And I think he had potential to be a huge star, but he hasn't lived up to that potential. He is kind of a star, but he's just, for whatever reason, he's just not what they're trying to make him seem like he is, if that makes sense.
I don't think he fights often enough to be that star.
Yeah, if he fought a little bit more. I think with what it was is that big lull between his fight with Jan and then his fight for the title.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he fought Petr Yan in 2020, and it was October 2022. It was October 20th, 2022. I remember that my sister got married that day. And then the next time he fought, bro, was August of 2023. You know what I mean? And before that, he was fighting consistently. So it's hard. And then now he fought Cheeto in Miami, which was good. So that was nice that he got that win back. So he's almost kind of, he kind of has that undefeatedness to what he was saying.
Yeah.
Lee's making a good point. He stumbled when he hurt his leg and he lost rhythm.
He did. And
the train came to a halt.
Yep. And then he also saying that he thinks it's trying to separate the boxing fans from the UFC fans. I agree and disagree on that. I think it's more about Dana White just trying to prove an egotistical point. Like you say, I can outbeat boxing whenever I want to. We're bigger. You just picked a real horrible time to do it.
And the other thing, too, that I want to bring up, right? When he had the opportunity, I think it was 2 years ago, right? That he had this really successful Mexican Independence Day event. And, bro, he had 3 champions. You know what I mean? He had Grasso. He had Moreno. And then he had what's his face as the interim champ. Yair.
Oh, right? Yeah.
Bro, so you had all of these guys that are super, you had a few Mexicans, right? Lee says, will the main fights be fighting exactly the same time? I don't know if they're exactly the same time. Sometimes the boxing will come on during the co-main. It depends. You know what I mean? I mean, for you over there, the UK time, bro, you might as well just pull an all-nighter. Do your on it at the afters and stay up, bro.
Stay up, bro. Just be up with us. No worries. Just be up with us.
You're gonna have to be on Factor 50 all night. But yeah, bro, you had a lot of Mexican stars. Now Yair's out, Moreno's out. You have Alexa still too, but Alexa hasn't fought in a year.
No, and she's fighting the same girl that she fought
the last 2 times. Right? Yeah. So It's nothing new to the table. You're basically putting a lot of weight on O'Malley's shoulders against Marab, which Marab,
He's a
is.
monster. He's a
But
like cardio
the issue with
machine.
Marab is that his skills are up here, his hype is like here.
Yeah, but he has a chin. He's been rocked a few times, but he always is getting through it. Right in the Henry Cejudo fight, he got rocked a little bit, and I think the fight before that he might have got rocked, but
Marlon Moraes, Aldo, he got
yeah,
caught a few times.
But as soon as he gets like through that and gets going, it's like the train doesn't stop, man. This is if O'Malley really has that one punch power, and it's not like I don't feel it's the it factor where he just touches you and he goes to sleep like an Alex Pereira, right? I don't feel his power is like that. I feel his power is in precision and timing, and he keeps you at the end of his punch.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as we've seen before, there's dudes that can take that precision and timing and eat at the end of a punch, aka Nate Diaz, Conor McGregor, because homeboy hit him with some straight, clean lefts that anybody should have fell for. At that.
Yeah, so, and he went down, but he got right back up.
Yeah,
and he went down again, and then he got back up.
You know what I mean? So it's one of those where we're gonna find out exactly how hard Sean O'Malley hits when he gets to connect with Marab's face, because he's gonna. I'm not gonna not take away anything from that. He's gonna connect with Marab's face, but you're gonna find out really how hard you hit of somebody. You know what I'm saying? You're going to find out if you're that guy or if this is going to be an accumulation fight. We need to really hit this man as much and keep him off me, because dude picked up Henry Cejudo and carried him across the octagon, and that's an Olympic wrestler gold medal. Like, shit. You know what I mean? This dude is not a joke and not somebody to be played with.
Bro, I think Sean's stock might get to that level, like where they think that it's at, if he does beat Marab, because it's one of those things where, okay, Sean's the champion, but you have Marab, who probably should have already been fighting for the title. So it's one of those where that kind of probably drains on his stardom a little bit too.
I agree with you. This is the harder test than McGregor, Chad Mendes. Chad Mendes was supposed to be the test for McGregor about a wrestler that's going to grab you, tough, explosive.
Oh, this is way harder, bro. This is way tougher. Marab
is a harder test for
skill. Yeah. Marab is a lot tougher. But that being said, I mean, we're going to see if O'Malley has the goods. Now, compare that, like we were saying, to the boxing. Right now, Marab doesn't have the star power. Sean, they try to make it seem like he has the star power, but he doesn't really. Alexa doesn't really have the star power. To be honest with you, I can't even really tell you who else is on the card. I think, is Diego Lopez on the card?
Yes, I believe so.
Against T-City? That's a good fight. That's a good fight. Diego Lopez versus T-City.
That's the most intriguing fight on the card.
But they're not Mexican either. I think T-City's like Mexican-American, but he's not, he's not like Mexican. He's not like Yair Rodriguez.
Yeah.
He's
not from Chihuahua. Mexico.
Exactly. He's not out there training in altitude and whatnot. So that's what I'm saying. Like, compared to the boxing card,
so let's run the fights that we know. We know we have the three. So what are your three main fights? Obviously, we got to take Canelo with Sean on the main event one. That's just what we have to run with for the main event.
So we got Canelo versus Berlanga. We got Caleb Plant. And then we got what's his face?
Lara versus Swift
versus Danny Garcia Swift. Yeah.
But then we also have what is it? We have Rolly at the bottom of it as well, right?
Mm-hmm. Rolly's on there as well.
Yeah, so let's take those three though. So Ortega and Lopez is what we're gonna say. That's more like what, since it's not a title fight, we'll say it's Caleb and McCrumbie, right?
Mm-hmm.
The star for star power in the fight, probably that one overlaps Caleb a little bit, but Caleb's star power in boxing keeps that fight right there, because people are going to want to see his flashiness, want to see the way he moves and brings his slickness to the ring, because that's something that attracts people when he boxes, right? His style. So he'll probably end this man like he's supposed to and get him out of there with a good solid performance. Whereas we might have fight of the night on the other side for UFC when it comes to Diego and Brian Ortega, right? So then we go to the next one, which is
Easily with Diego and Brian Ortega.
It could easily be a fight. It easily could be fight of the night for sure, 100%. And then we have Danny Swift Garcia versus Lara for a title at 160, and Danny's coming up to make the challenge, even harder, right? So it's one of those where I'm like, okay,
and really with the skills, Lara, I feel like shouldn't even really it should be Lara all day, but Lara's getting older. You know what I mean? Stuff that you got to take that into consideration. It could be a more 50-50 fight than people think. But go ahead.
But those two names, though, just in the fact, and then the fact that we're seeing a challenge of Danny Garcia, we haven't seen him in it, but we all in boxing, we always take a big love to someone that's coming up to throw that challenge. We respect that in boxing. That gets you some clout, you know what I mean, in a sense, especially when you're jumping, two weight categories now, 147 to 160 is what we're doing here. So we skipping 154 and we're going right to 160. So that
he did have a fight. He did have a fight at 154 against Benavidez Jr.
He beat him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he that was a preparing fight. I don't want to call that a tune-up fight, but that was to make sure that as he moved up in weight, he might be okay, solid, whatever it may be, right? That's kind of what that fight is. Not against a bad opponent. Benavidez Jr. is nothing. There's nothing wrong with him at all. I mean, he's a tough kid. He's not his brother, but he's a tough kid. And talented. But that overshadows Grasa Shevchenko because I've watched this fight twice. Is this third one or is this the second one?
This is the third one. Yeah, we watched the fight
twice. So that wipes out that fight. I don't care about that fight as much as I would like to see Lara and Garcia for the fact that I've never seen that. It's a challenge.
And then if you put the star power of Canelo versus Sean, where we're going with this,
you got to go Canelo, right?
Come on now.
I mean, you got to go
Canelo. Now.
100%. He's not anywhere close to being what Canelo's star power is. Canelo's worldwide. Canelo's the face of a sport. Sugar Shane O'Malley, the face of the sport right now is Alex Pereira, not you. It's that simple. Because he's doing what people want to see him do, which is knock people the hell out, right? So this card overall, besides the Ortega Lopez fight, and as far as boxing fans will go, they'd still probably pick the Caleb Plant, but they don't realize the star power that Diego Lopez has potential for, and his fight style goes up against a guy who is just a dog among dogs that never gives up, never stops fighting, and Brian Ortega. That's a scrap that, I'm sorry, you'll respect it when it's all said and done. It'll be a good one. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So,
and the thing is, too,
stop laughing at me, Lee Gibson. Stop laughing at me.
Sugar Sean, yeah. And the thing is, though, I get it from the casual perspective. I get how, people will say, Sugar Shane, freaking from the casual point of view, and from a lot of people's point of view, digestibly and entertaining wise, UFC will take it. But from the boxing fan perspective, you see that pure skill in boxing that a lot of people really like. And when what we're looking at here is just the name power, the star power. I think the boxing card takes it, bro. And
I think so too.
Yeah, and then once you I think it takes it on a few different levels, but then once you take it to once you bring Canelo into the equation, it's like a cheat code.
Oh,
it totally tips the scales all the way over. So
let's not even talk about that. We have Stephen Fulton versus Carlos Castrata for the Castro for the 10-round fight. So we have Stephen Fulton on there, another title challenger, another star at 122 and everything like that. He's on the card as well, above Rolly Romero in that fight. So,
Lee Gibson, I'll watch the UFC and then the boxing on recording. Honestly, Lee, that's what I would usually do because for the most part, the main event for the boxing would be probably the only thing that's of importance on there. So, you can watch it on recording, afterwards, whatever. Sometimes, actually, sometimes I'll like pause the pay-per-view of the UFC and then go watch the boxing and then watch the rest of the UFC on recording.
Yeah.
I'll kind of do that sometimes. It just depends, you know what I mean? And then sometimes just put up two TVs, bro, which is
Yeah, one's a TV, one's a phone. I'm watching the
kind of
one that I want to watch the
madness, to
most
be
on it.
honest.
Yeah.
It's a bit mad if you ask me, bro. But what's it
I
called?
do live I do enjoy the time that the fact that we live in a day and age that I can do that. Like before, at
Mhm.
like back in that, trying to figure out how to do that, that would have been a headache and a
There's no
half.
way. There's no way you could have ever done that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I do
before we close
appreciate
it
it.
out, any last thoughts on this?
No, man, just looking please next week, guys. Next week, big thing for Boxing Bananas. We're gonna be live at the fight week for actually both of those events for Nochi and especially for the Canelo Alvarez fight. We will be in the building for the Canelo Alvarez fight for Fight Bananas and Boxing Bananas. Make sure you're checking the Instagram live. Make sure you're checking the stories and all the content that's going to be. You're going to get a dump. It's going to be huge. We're going to it's go time for us. We're going to show you, as much of
You
fight
heard
week
what
as
he
we
said.
can.
You heard what he said, guys. He's gonna give you a huge dump.
of content and media. I take my dumps by myself
He's
without
gonna
anybody
take a
around.
huge dump of content and media. So make sure you guys are ready for that. But no, for
Hopefully,
real, bro.
I don't shit it up. Let's put it that way.
These guys are gonna be out there representing in Las Vegas for Fight Bananas and Boxing Bananas. So it's gonna be awesome. So make sure you follow that Instagram at Boxing
Both of
Bananas
them.
Official.
Both of
And of
them.
course, Fight Bananas Official. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? You'll be able to see both of them tagged on all
Yep.
of that content. But
And we're gonna go live during the fights. We're gonna go try to get as much interviews as we can with anybody that is even semi importance out there. We're gonna try to get something going, and hopefully I don't make an ass of myself while I'm out there, and we'll just keep looking for it, baby. We're trying to. Here comes the come up.
I'll hold my breath on that one.
I'm gonna definitely have some bloopers, bro. I'm gonna send you some bloopers of some dumb shit that I've said.
You gotta put the bloopers. You gotta throw them on there. You know what I mean?
Well, you're gonna teach me how to make a blooper reel because it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be
Yeah.
some dumb ass shit.
So, bro, but yeah, you guys gotta
So,
make sure you
but-
tune into that. It's gonna be live and it's gonna be lit. You know what I mean? They're going
Hey,
out
and then,
there.
you definitely we're still gonna be doing another show next week. We'll be on top of that. Make sure we're gonna get another one in. Do a shoey. Oh my goodness. I don't want to do a shoey out of my own shoe, let alone somebody else's. But yeah, definitely make sure that you're checking it out because I believe you're gonna have a special guest on next week during the show, most likely, right? We're gonna try to bring on.
Who am I bringing on?
I thought you were gonna try to look on and see if we can't get Johan on here and chat it up with you.
Oh, that's right. I was like, man, is he special?
I
Does he count? He counts as a special guest. Well, he might be special. You know what I mean?
Johan, we love you, buddy. We love you. We love you.
I'm joking. Yeah. No, Johan, we gotta. We'll get him on there while you're away in Vegas doing your thing. You know
And I'm
what
gonna
I mean?
see. No promises, guys, but if I can get any free swag and things like that, we will. I will bring it back, and I will try to. We will try to give something away on this show to some of the guys everybody who comments and follows and stuff like that. So maybe we can give some stuff out and try to get y'all some swag and stuff like that. So we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, most definitely. That'll be solid. Hold on. Let me see. Do you see it?
Oh, it's Shuey. Did you do one? That's you? You did it with him. That's amazing. Was that your shoe or his shoe?
That was just some shoe I found, bro. Wait.
You're better than me, bud. You're better than me.
Hold on. I threw it in the lake.
Rest in peace, Shuey. Rest in peace.
But yeah, make sure y'all check it out next week. Look out for the next show. And until then, I think that's it, right? Let's give one more shout out to our sponsor.
Absolutely.
Fight
Jazzercise,
Bananas.
baby. Get that.
If you want to mog everyone.
That's right.
But all right, brother. Until
All right.
next time,
Yes, sir.
you'll go to Vegas and I'll be somewhere.
Yeah, I'll be somewhere. Well, you know, hey, you enjoy that somewhere, and we'll see you guys next week.
Peace out, Lee.